Hello, Supreme Pro Wrestling fans. Hateful Heitman here, and welcome to another edition of 20 on 1. Tonight, my guest is the... What was that? Tonight, my guest is reigning Supreme Pro Wrestling Extreme Champion and the reigning Pun Slam Champion, the nihilist CJay Kurz. CJay, thank you for your time.
I'm the champion of everything. Not just Extreme title, not just Pun Slam.
Tonight, my guest is the self-proclaimed champion of everything, the nihilist CJay Kurz. Is that better?
Self-proclaimed?
I'm so gonna get kicked for this. Let's continue. Let's continue before the duct tape comes out. Big Bubba from Anisville, California asks, how did you come up with your finisher, Spinal Remains?
I picked Jack up and dropped him on his head. That's how I came up with the finisher.
So was it impromptu? Was it planned, or was there any kind of inspiration from any other wrestlers? Just one day in a match.
What was that name again from the guy real fast?
Big Bubba?
No, the last part. His last name.
Bubba?
Alright. So, basically the move came up like this. We were at camp one day. I used to do like a DDT from a pump handle. And we had this little training guy. And he annoyed the piss out of me. So I pile drived him instead. And I liked the move and it stayed.
Okay. Wow. Analo Cutno Magnificento and Tuento Gonorrhea from Guadalajara asks, why did you change your name from Dante to CJay Kurz?
Because Dante's a fucking crap name, and CJ's a much better name. It's the one I was fucking given, so. And Kurz is my grandma's maiden name, so it was kind of a respect thing there.
Okay. Well, was there any specific, you'd spent so many years as Dante, was there any particular reason why the sudden change?
I never liked the name in the first place.
Okay.
And the longer you go in this business, the more you get a little leeway in what the fuck you want to do. So,
the champ from right behind you asks, why have you not rocked a mullet yet?
I actually rocked the mullet. In 6th grade, I had one of the best MacGyver mullets ever. I might rock a mullet again someday, you never know. But right now, I'm trying to talk somebody else into rocking a mullet.
Oh really? Can you give us any hints as to...
No!
Okay. James from Sacramento asks, if the Patriots were caught for cheating and penalized, why does Tom Brady's single season record still stand?
Because everybody knows if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Plain and simple. Eddie Guerrero taught us greatly before he passed away. Just because Bill Belichick and Tom Brady were smart enough to follow Eddie Guerrero's lead and become a great champion just like Eddie Guerrero, doesn't mean that you can just take away their championship. Okay, maybe you can do it to Benoit, but you have to kill your wife and kid first.
I don't even know what to say to that. Aaron from Pacifica asks, I'd like to see Ryan Tannen and JR Kratos have a rematch in a hardcore match. Could it happen?
How the fuck should I know? I don't book the fucking shit. I just beat the shit out of him on Monday and Wednesday. Sure, why not?
Well, do you think either man would agree to such a match?
Sure, if they're stupid enough, I'd do it.
Antoine from Sacramento asks, how do you feel about ring rats?
How do I feel about ring rats? They serve their purpose.
Well, there's not a for the people out there who aren't sure what we mean. What is a ring rat?
They're little tiny furry creatures that actually chew on the wood when you try to store the ring away, and it really makes it hard to keep the quality of the ring up.
Ah, dirty little buggers. Johnny Boyd from Jayville asks, are you undertaking any new music endeavors?
No.
I don't even think that deserves a follow-up. It's plain and simple. Jimmy Junk from Arkham, Maine asks, I love duct tape. How do you feel about duct tape and why?
Oh. Excuse me. Gotta use the bathroom.
Love, duct tape, love.
Okay, that was duct tape. Me and duct tape have a long-lasting relationship that we like to renew from time to time.
Ah. And why do you have such strong feelings for duct tape?
Well, duct tape kind of like keeps the relationship together. Never lets her go.
So you would recommend duct tape to all to any males out there with girlfriends and or boyfriends in terms of keeping the relationships together?
Or just starting out a good one, either way.
CJay Kurz, wrestler and relationship counselor.
Expert. Champion. Expert.
Champion expert. Tom Fletcher from Stockton asks, who have been your best and worst opponents?
Best and worst opponents?
Mm-hmm.
Best, you got Timothy Thatcher. Little Cholo was probably one of my favorite matches I've ever had. Big Ugly, Sir Samurai. This goes on and on. Guys I love to work.
Okay. What about worst opponents?
Myself.
You've wrestled yourself before?
Many times. Wrestled brooms and pillows, and one time I wrestled a stuffed Ultimate Warrior and I lost.
Is footage of of you versus the Ultimate Warrior available online?
I don't know if it's online, but I'm sure there's footage somewhere. I think I broke my toe. That's a shoot, cuzzy.
Brad from West Sac asks, how many concussions have you really had?
Are you a transvestite? Toby's a transvestite. How many concussions have I had? None of your fucking business. A lot, more than I'd like to admit. We'll stick with that.
Alright, we'll stick with that. Mark from Sacramento asks, what's up with the whole butthole joke you're so infamous for?
Well, you should have been coming to SBW for a longer time and made you know the butthole joke.
Do you feel, so does this mean that you're not up for explaining the butthole joke?
Dude, do I sit here and push your failures in your face every day?
If I were here every day, I'd probably.
Good point. Well, in that case, alright. So we weren't allowed to cuss, and I attempted to not cuss on a microphone. We'll leave it at that.
Okay. I think a lot of people can put two and two together from that.
Butthole.
That hurts. Mike Smith from Natomas asks, how do you feel about the rising wrestling scene in Sacramento?
Rising? How is it rising?
I think he's asking in terms of like its sudden popularity. Is there more companies coming into Sacramento?
There's always been companies going, companies leaving. I think the big thing is we just have, like, for us right now, we're just got good students and we're on the right track. So I only worry about us in this story.
Okay. Joseph Phillip from Sacramento asks, who in the hell is Jack?
You don't know who the fuck Jack is? Seriously, dude. I'm not even gonna respond to that piss fucking question. Anybody who's an SPW fan should fucking do their goddamn research and know who the fuck Jack is.
I side with CJ on this. If you don't know who Jack is, you don't deserve to know. Melissa from Davis asks, who does your awesome hair?
This part right here is usually me, and then my girlfriend does this part back here.
There we go. And now beautician.
Champion.
Beautician.
Champion of everything! Just reminding you in case you forgot.
I'll be sure to remember that. Zach from Angel Grove asks, how did you take over as head trainer?
Good fucking question. How did I take over? I don't know. Both times I've started training, it was kind of at necessity. So, I really have no clue how I ended up as trainer half the fucking time. Because the people who left being trainer decided I was the best fit. And that's why I ended up trainer.
Well, I'm sure that speaks volumes about people's opinion of your talent.
Sure, why not?
Jim from Earth asks, what's your zombie survival plan?
Well, first of all, it's very important. You have to collect the good team, right? You got to know where your teammates are. Very important. So we have very important people you need to pick up is Sir Samurai. Bobby Hart, because if you're going zombie killing, you need them too. Ramon Clarkson, because he's fucking can shoot a gun like a motherfucker and he's very intelligent. Okay, I need my girlfriend Bryce, because, well, she can fucking hit like a brick. And gotta get Virgil, because I need somebody else besides me who's got to sneak in and get food into places. Then we're going to head off to where I work, because that thing would, like, electric fence and all kinds of weapons and tools. It's a beautiful setup. See? And then there's other people we got to, but there's some secrets in there, and I can't let it all out, otherwise you guys will survive with me. And quite frankly, I want more zombies to kill.
Champion Zombie Slayer. Ryan Steele from Dixon asks, how long does it take to train to become a pro wrestler?
You said Dixon. It depends on the person. Some people can catch on real fucking fast, and some people take lifetime to learn how to be a pro wrestler. And it depends also on, like, if you're going day to day. If you're literally going every day, in all honesty, you could probably be trained in 2 to 3 months. If it's most camps are like 2 times a week, it takes a lot longer because the information doesn't sink in as fast, and you got to go over stuff, but it really depends on the person more than anything.
In your time as a trainer, what would you say has been the longest someone's ever taken to catch on?
I've been training for about 10 years now, so 10 years.
Okay. Fred Sand from Mushroomland asks, I didn't realize that was even in the States. CrossFit seems to be on the rise in the media world. Why CrossFit over other training programs?
Why do I do it? For my, it fucking works. You do what works, man. It's intelligently thought out. Like, that's why I do it.
Well, what makes CrossFit different from some other training programs? What's the uniqueness of CrossFit?
The uniqueness of it? It's what you do in your life. It's day-to-day movement. It's how your body's designed to move. It's that simple. It's the way your body is meant to move. It's not shit you're not supposed to be doing.
Okay. And I would assume that transfers over well into the world of professional wrestling.
Transfers well over to anything. I mean, if you're moving better, you're going to be a better athlete, hands down. And I've seen plenty of examples of it.
Okay. Like who? Like what examples?
What examples? You need examples? Have our freaking students do it. Me and Timmy do it every freaking day. So, I mean, there's plenty of examples.
Okay.
But if you need more, just come work out with her. That's simple.
Roger Carpenter from Citrus Heights asks, when did you become straight edge and why?
When did I become? I don't know. Forever. It's the way I grew up. I didn't even know what straight edge was until I was like 20 something. So.
That really doesn't really. I don't really think that deserves a follow up. I mean, it's a very straightforward answer.
Was that a pun? Straight and forward. Is that even the fucking word, pun? Samurai! English major, just pun the right word. I hate it when Samurai doesn't answer me.
Samurai's thinking!
What kind of English major are you?
Samurai says yes, it works in that situation.
Thank you, Samurai.
If you ever have a question about anything, ask a Samurai.
I smell an upcoming series. Ask a Samurai. Last question. Valerie from Antioch asks, so Christina Von Erie just disappeared one day. What happened?
How did I know this fucking question was going to pop up? Ask her. We'll leave it at that.
We will leave that at that. Thank you, CJ, for your time. This has been very enlightening.
You picked that for the last fucking question?
I do not actually pick the questions. They're just
yeah, but you could have picked the fucking order.
I could have. Oh God. Oh God, no. Oh, come on, come on,
Alright, I'm sorry.
Oh God, no. Oh, sweet fuck, Barry